Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's old Pappy back with another one. Thanks for tuning in. And today we're back on the test server. And this is one that I'm really excited about, to be honest with you, because there's lots of cool stuff that's coming up in this test server. We have a new map we're going to be looking at. We're going to be getting some buffs to some of the old weapons that maybe aren't as good as they could be. And sad to say, we're also going to be seeing some nerfs to some of people's favorite robots out there. So let's talk a bit more about what we're going to do. You see my avalanche there. One of the reasons why I'm going to be running that is because it's going to be getting a bit of a buff. Now let's get right into some of the details here. Check out what they're doing with Blitz. It's getting more health. Ravana is getting a cooldown is reduced, but it's getting more health. Ojun is getting nerfed. Look at that. Avenger getting nerfed. Avalanche getting buffed. If you want to pause and take a bit more time to look at these, go for it. The Thermite is getting a buff. Czar is getting a buff. And the Pulsar and Shredder are going to act more like the Corona and the Halo now in the way that they lock things down. And first off, let's get right into it here. I want to show you guys this beautiful new map. Now, this is the factory map. I tried it a couple weeks ago when it was on the test server, and when it didn't have any of its skin applied, it was just a bunch of grayed out boxes, so it's really, really cool to see how it's looking now. I gotta say, one thing I am hoping is that perhaps when Pixo does a bit more texturing with this, that they make some of the colors just a little bit different. I'm finding that all the landscape is kind of blending in with each other a little bit, eh? Like you can kind of see the ground is kind of blending into the buildings. It reminds me a bit of some of these tonal colors you might have seen in Canyon or elsewhere, where everything is kind of shades of brown and tan and gray. So, but otherwise, let's get right out of here. So the Blitz has a little bit more health. I got a couple of these flamethrowers, actually 4 of them on here. I don't really think, and based on some testing that I did, I don't think it's going to make a huge heck of a difference. 10% more health is not a super big buff. I think probably the best thing that could, if Pixel really, there you go, I'm dead. So if the Pixel really wants to make it a useful buff, they might want to think about adding some damage resistance when you activate your ability. So not only do you get that a bit of that energy shield effect, but maybe you might even get a little bit of damage resistance. But anyway, moving on, because I wasn't really super interested in the Blitz anyway. 10% hit point increase is not very much, but I really wanted to try out this setup specifically because I have this in my hangar. I have a Falcon and I have 3 Avalanche. I got them when they first came out. I was super excited on the test server when they first came out, thinking that maybe they might become the meta, and they never did. They just were a little bit weak. Almost like a pea shooter. They're meant to be a heavy version of the Columbus rocket, really, but they just don't seem to pack the punch. But they do have a couple cool things going for them, which is that you can corner shoot, and they have splash damage, number 1. And number 2, they actually have quite a bit of missiles in here, so you can kind of run it as a single weapon if you were going to use it like this, and still do a little bit of damage. But I really wanted to couple it with the Falcon's ability to jump right there and to kind of scan around and maybe hit guys behind corners if this guy would come out of there. Come on. Who wants to get some? Okay, so let's forget about that. We're going to hop down and hide. I'll see if I can get this guy when he comes around the corner here. I'm going to back up just a little bit, though. I don't want to get smacked too early in the test server here, because I also want you to kind of take this time to look around the map and, just kind of see what you can see. Now, notice that little bit right in front of me here. That is sort of acid, lava, molten stuff, whatever it is. You don't want to step into it. I watched another video by somebody. I'm really getting hammered here, too. Damn. I watched a video by somebody else who actually just on purpose stepped in it and then tried to figure out how much damage you did. And it was doing about 10% of that robot's, I think it was maybe a Falcon that jumped in it, or maybe it was a Raven, one or the other. And it was doing about 10% damage for every full second that you were in that acid. But you see what I mean here. I have a couple nucleons, which are the heavy version of the atomizer on my White Dragon here, but I'm not really too worried about that right now. Just take a look at the map. Look to my left there. See what I mean by the texturing? Like this texture right where I'm standing right now, that's pretty good, right? It does look like kind of rubble and broken up pieces of whatever it was, kind of factory this was. But the rest of it seems just a little bit washed out, doesn't it? And so that is one thing I would like to see change, is I'd like to see a bit more detail on that ground to just make it even easier to pick out. For instance, look to my left here. You can't really see where the lava starts and where the ground begins at the moment. Now maybe there's going to be a bit more texturing. I hope so. That was my feedback, was just a little bit more so that we know where that acid lava is. Anyway, getting back to the gameplay, the Nucleons, if you watch my other videos, you probably already know, I'm not a huge fan of the Nucleons or the Quarkers. I think they're a little weak. I also think the Atomizer's a little weak, but that's me, I guess. But I thought it was kind of funny here, because you can always tell you're on the test server when suddenly the entire sky is filled with Mings, right? So let's count them. Let's play the Ming game here. Let's see, there's one there, and coming up underneath that rise, that's two. And I poke my head up here, look to the left, that's three. And is there another one in behind there? Anyway, I'm facing three Mings all by myself here right now. Thankfully, that guy's shooting somebody else right now. And you can also see those those lightning bolts. Those are actually something that I'm not going to show you on this video here, but they're the Cataclysm and the Cyclone weapons, the new Titan weapons, which are 600-meter range versions of the Calamity and the Scourge, and they work exactly the same way. You got to lock on, and they do this lightning damage, and they do more damage the closer you get, all that kind of junk. Anyway, look at all those Mings over there. There's three of them there. And now I got their attention, didn't I? Because I actually blasted that guy, and he's a little miffed at me. Just out of my way, bud. Let's get in behind here, and let's see if I don't die. I'm going to try to live at least a couple more seconds. Who's down on the ground there? Who's that? Oh, there's our little Blitz friend, trying out his 10% health boost and hoping he's going to survive against me. Anyway, let's come on up over here. Oh, peekaboo. There we are. There's one. I'm going to get him really, really close. I'm going to hit him with my flames, and I'm going to zap him with my Nucleon. You can kind of see what I mean, though, with the Nucleon. Like, I'm hitting that guy with two full blasts of the Nucleon, point blank, and he's not really dying, right? And if that had been, say, Embers, if that had been Glaciers, I think I would have taken a lot more of the guy's health down. So, again, my feedback, again, I know it's not, these aren't maxed. They're not MK level 12 yet, MK2. But I still think they could be doing a little bit more damage. For those of you who have not seen my 25,000 videos on these weapons, I must not feel like I've done that many anyway, they basically work, they have unlimited ammo, and they overheat if you shoot too long, and they get more inaccurate as you shoot. So there you go, look at that. I was point blank shooting that guy, still not enough power to bring down that Ming. So what does that mean for the live server? Well, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to see them when they're totally maxed. But right now, I'm not feeling the Nucleons or the Quarkers as much as I would some other weapons, and I'd be a little bit hesitant in just dumping all your other gear to switch to that, unless you have ample amounts of silver to spend and gold to upgrade it and all that kind of stuff. There you can see right there I have an Atomizer and two Quarkers on there, and I'm not really even doing much but other than scraping that guy's paint. But geez Louise, look at all these guys in their Mings, man. I'm going to go in the Invader. Now the Invader's glitched. Look at this. That whole time that I was jumping there, I was trying to tap my button and land, and it just kept flying through the air. It seems to be just a weird little glitch on the Invader now that you can't control where you're going to land. Unless that's a plan by Pixo. No, maybe it is. Maybe they want to take that away from Invader. I don't know. I actually like it. The ability to be able to. Oh, that feels nice. That's a little bit of ice and a little bit of. See, there we go. I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing the button, and it's not going down, right? So that's. Geez, I hope that's a glitch, man, because otherwise that's a real bugger for the Invader. But anyway, let's get up in the sky here. I think I'm going to die really quick. I'm the only guy left against 4 people. But while you get the chance, just take a look at the map. You're getting a better sense of it. Pause the video. Check out the size of it. That's it. What are my final thoughts? Well, I think that the Avalanche buff is going to make a difference. I think that the Nucleon and the Quarker are still pretty weak. What else? I never got a chance to try the Ravana, but I think it's going to be very, very helpful for it to be able to use its ability more often, and it gets a little bit of a health boost. And I think really the main winner out of this weekend, other than us for getting a new map, is the Avalanche. I predict that there will be a lot more guys running Avalanches in higher levels pretty soon once they actually figure out how powerful it is, if these changes do come to the live server. Anyway, that's it for now. Please, as always, tell me what you think. Drop me a line in the comments. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and click the like. And until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield.